Greetings from the Iowa Beef Center, and welcome to another episode of the Iowa Beef Collective. I'm your host, Patrick Wall. You can see behind me here, we are filming live from the Hansen Center during the Genetic Symposium, and we're visiting with our speakers and guests on the program. And with me this afternoon is Lane Geiss. He currently resides with Zoetis, and they are a sponsor of the program out here, and we're certainly happy to have him here. And he's got a unique career. He's been several places within the industry and touched several facets of production. So I'll turn it over to Lane and introduce yourself to the audience and kind of give us a 30-second, snapshot of your career and what landed you here at Zoetis.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me, Patrick. So my background is like you said, lots in the industry. Spent quite a bit of time the last couple of years, 7 years at the American Simmental Association, working as a geneticist, director of breed improvement type of role there, working on new trait development for IGS. Spent a lot of time with that team helping build the multi-breed genetic evaluation. But my background is primarily folks raise seedstock cattle, just central Minnesota. So we've been selling bulls for the last 30 years. And I've been, slowly getting more and more involved in that operation back home. But did my bachelor's, master's degree at Kansas State University and just finished up my PhD last fall at Colorado State University in animal breeding genetics. Landed the job at Zoetis this last spring and primarily working on technical service, helping grow the genetic evaluations and different platforms that we provide support for the commercial industry, commercial cow-calf producers. So, happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
You bet. Let's dig into the Zoetis. Talk to us about Inherit. What is it? It's obviously something fairly new to the industry. Mm-hmm. So give us a kind of a summary of what Inherit is, what it isn't.
Sure. Yep. Yeah. So what we know is that the commercial cow-calf industry is becoming more and more competitive, and genetic selection or genetic tools that are available to commercial producers has severely been lacking in the last couple of years, or for the last many number of years. What Inherit is it's a genetic platform or genetic evaluation platform that allows commercial producers to send in a DNA sample and get genetic predictions on their heifers and their mature females. And there's, I think, 18 different traits plus genetic conditions that come with that package. But it's designed to be easy and accessible for commercial producers to have access to the same tools that their seedstock producers are using to make genetic improvement. Because for the longest time, as you know, genetic improvement was limited to a commercial producer going out and buying a superior sire. And that can lead to slower genetic improvement over time, because you're limiting your ability to make genetic improvement to just one side of the equation. We're forgetting the female. And so what we're trying to do is provide a platform to where commercial producers can use those tools on their cow herd to make high-level selection decisions and complementary mating decisions in their females.
You mentioned genetic conditions as part of that package, and I think one of the things that many commercial producers maybe don't understand is, I buy a female and I bring her into my herd. I don't really know what breed background she has, and even if I do know the breed background, there are genetic defect carriers that have floated across breeds. We all know what happens. Yep. Talk about what, I assume it's all the known genetic conditions right now.
Yes, those are all, for the most part. There's some new ones that aren't currently readily available, but for the most part, all of those very significant genetic conditions or defects especially are available on this platform. So if you have any sort of suspicion, you can add those. But the primary conditions, to your point, so genomic breed composition is a huge asset in an era where crossbreeding is really helping us take greater strides in adding performance, improving our fertility rates in our females. So that's part of the package. Coat color, horn-pulled skirt, all of those things can help you dial in your cow herd to be a little bit more precise in delivering the product or calves that make you money.
Or, if you do inherit on your entire cow herd and you decide, gosh, like all these cows are homozygous pulled, I can go get a skirt or a horn bull and not get any horn calves.
Not worry about it.
And, you know, maybe we'll save enough money on buying that horn bull that we don't have to worry about any horn progeny. So good stuff from Zoetis. And I think the industry has, you know, from the seedstock sector, the industry has exploded over the last 10 years. But the commercial sector, it really hasn't ever took hold.
Right.
So I hope this inherent product will spur that on.
Yeah, we hope so too.
You know, but on that front, you know, talk about Zoetis kind of in an overarching. What is the Zoetis company, and what do they do?
Yeah, the Zoetis message is, you know, trying to build a product portfolio or build services that are designed to drastically improve animal health, whether that's on the pharmaceutical side of the business, whether that's on precision analytics, or whether that's on genomics or the genetics business. That's the whole platform is improving animal health, and genetics fits into that product suite because of its ability to improve animal health without the need for pharmaceuticals or without the need for intervention. And so there's a whole host of areas where we're trying to drastically improve. Can we build a genetic prediction around health? Can we build genetic predictions more tailored to the commercial sector and less tailored to seedstock production?
Sure.
Right? So, and all of those fit together. You know, it's improvement, it's precision analytics, it's selecting animals to be healthier. And, you know, when the need arises where we need an intervention, then we also have the product suite to help with that as well.
Excellent stuff. Let's rewind a little bit.
Sure.
And I want to talk to you about your career with American Simmental and maybe sort of link, you know, what you did at ASA versus what you do now at Zoetis, and maybe how you've drawn from that in your career. You know, what did you do at ASA? What's been useful for you moving forward?
Yeah, that's a good question. When people ask me that, it's actually pretty easy to answer because it's a lot of the same work. It's a lot of the same. How can I better assist commercial cattlemen in understanding how to use genetic tools? Whether that's understanding the need for buying genetically superior bulls at the American Simmental Association or with IGS and that genetic evaluation, and helping build a multi-breed evaluation that services the commercial cow-calf producer, or whether it's working with Zoetis and working to build an evaluation that directly services them to where they can just grab a DNA sample and get results. So, you know, my job when I was at the Simmental Association was, well, let's grow the evaluation by collecting data. Let's funnel phenotypes into this multi-breed evaluation on diverse populations that are more representative of the collective cow-calf sector. And I'm doing the same thing at Zoetis. And so it's quite easy to answer that question, and it's a really fun job.
And you mentioned IGS. So for those listeners that don't know, that's International Genetic Solutions, which the best way to kind of put that is in the EPD world, you know, for purebred livestock or for seed stock, I guess they're not all purebred. There's Angus, there's Hereford, and there's everybody else.
And then there's everybody
pretty
else.
much.
Yep.
And that's the IGS is the everybody else.
Yep.
So I figured there would be a link to the everybody else applying to what you do at Zoetis. Yep. So a good career move for you. I know you're happy where you're at, but congratulations on the new move. I guess, you know, kind of a last question to finish up here. What's next in the genetic selection world? Maybe with Zoetis, or maybe you personally think here's where we think we should go on a genetic selection front, genomics front, that type thing.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, we're in the middle of, or maybe just starting a herd rebuild, right? And I think there are tools available to the commercial producer that weren't available 5 years ago.
Correct.
And I think there's so much opportunity to rebuild the herd back better than ever before in a way that's more efficient, more sustainable, and more profitable for a lot of these cow-calf producers. And it takes some intent. It takes the ability to recognize, you know, is what I was doing over the last 20 years going to propel me to be successful over the next 20 years? Or is it going to be able to help me have, you know, kids or my family help come and take over the ranch someday?
Sure.
So those are all questions that I think commercial producers need to ask the question, right? And I think, you know, in my space, genetic improvement is one of perhaps the lowest hanging fruit that I think producers can say, okay, where are some areas of opportunity? Where are the weaknesses am I heard? Do I need to consider buying different breeds of sire in my cow herd? All of those different things. There's a whole host of questions, and I think genetic evaluation, genetic improvement is one of the easiest ways to say, here's where my herd's at today. What steps do I need to take over the next couple of years to really position myself in a positive direction? So.
I would agree with you on the opportunities are there as we build back. And, I just finished an article a month ago, and the article was titled "Selecting the Wrong Heifer."
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was getting at. When we rebuild this thing, we can't just go and grab every female calf that hits the ground.
Right.
And because they're worth so much money, we can't take our bottom end and put those back in the cow herd to expand with. So I would agree with you. We need to focus on the right females to come back in the herd to build it the right way. And, from a producer standpoint, we're sitting on a little fatter check than we maybe were the previous few times when this herd was in expansion mode. The markets haven't been kind to us in the last couple of weeks, but, the early fall runs, we've got, I shouldn't say there are several producers that have some disposable income to invest in improving the commercial cow herd. So happy to have you on here, and appreciate Zoetis being a part of this. But good luck to you moving forward with them, and happy for you for moving up the chain, if you will, into a new role. But
new roles.
Thanks for coming on, Lane, and appreciate you folks joining us again on the Iowa Beef Collective. As always, subscribe, like us, follow us on Facebook at the Iowa Beef Center, and we'll keep bringing these episodes to you. Thanks for joining us.
This institution is an equal opportunity provider. For the full non-discrimination statement or accommodation inquiries, go to www.extension.iastate.edu/legal.